Founded in 1908 and independent since 1972, the Kentucky Kernel is a nonprofit student-run media outlet for the University of Kentucky.
The Kernel offers the most extensive multimedia news coverage of UK's campus and the surrounding metropolitan area.
In episode 2 of this digital magazine, we'll be featuring broadcasts and catch you up on all the things you might have missed so far in this semester.
On today's episode, you'll hear several stories, including a recent increase of crime on campus, Hurricane Helene weather effects, and Big Blue Madness. Basketball uses a new glass LED floor.
I'm Gianna Gallo.
And I'm Edward Smith.
And the Kernel Chronicles begin right now. To kick off the 2024-2025 school year, the University of Kentucky hosts Big Blue Move-In to welcome back incoming and returning Wildcats to their new homes. Our reporter Bryce Toll has more on this moving story.
This is a heavy box. If it isn't obvious enough, it's move-in day here on the University of Kentucky's campus, an often hectic day for families as they prepare to move in their students into an unfamiliar university. We caught up with university faculty and staff, as well as students, to see how they're preparing for this big change.
A little nervous, a little excited to be here, get to explore. This is where, my journey to my new life begins.
While students like Tattersall feel ready to embrace their new life, other students like Evan Renzel are focused on the acclimation to campus after leaving his home and loved ones behind.
Just being away from family, it can be tough, or all I've known my whole life is living in Wisconsin in that community I had. So just expanding out, it's going to be an adjustment, but from the little taste I've had so far, I think it's going to be a simpler adjustment than I thought at first.
Renzel's friend, Gus Kelly, weighed in with something many people can easily understand.
The biggest thing for me is the freedom. It doesn't really feel real. You're here and it's this is our place. We actually live here. It's crazy.
Parents of incoming students share how they think their child is dealing with the big change.
She has friends here. She's already made friends and has group chats and stuff, so I think she's more excited. I'm sure there's some nerves, but she's excited.
It's bittersweet, like her. I'm used to being at home with her, so her not being with us is going to be different, but it's for the better.
The University of Kentucky was full of staff to help incoming students and parents unload vehicles, fill carts and bins with items, and pass out water to prevent any dehydration.
I know it's probably a lot for them to take in, especially first time being away from home for an extended amount of time, but most of them seem to take to it pretty well, and things generally go pretty smooth.
Got it?
Yeah.
As the move-in period wraps up later this week, with K-Week proceeding, school starts August 26th for University of Kentucky students, so they'll have more than enough time to get acclimated and acquainted to their new university. Well, I got to keep moving these boxes, but I'm Bryce Toll reporting for the Kentucky Kernel.
Thanks, Bryce. With students getting settled around campus, a restaurant you might pass is Late Night. Early in the fall semester, I covered Late Night's removal of one of their outdoor signs. Let's gather more information on this story. Late Night, a popular fast food restaurant on the University of Kentucky's campus, received a notice of default from their landlord, Signet Kentucky Retail, regarding their outdoor lighted signage. Operating since October 6th of 2023, Late Night has become a booming fast food restaurant for UK students and locals, expanding from renting 1 to 3 stalls. 22-year-old owner and UK student Mohammed Wahebai wanted to reach more students located on South Campus and more locals in the Lexington area, and sent the university a new outdoor sign proposal in April of 2024. This sign would be mounted to the Cornerstone Garage, but according to Wahebai, UK never got back to him with approval. Wahebai told us in an interview, "I've been really fighting hard for the past 2 years is to get some sort of signage over here." In May of 2024, Wahebai purchased a $15,000 sign where it was originally assembled on the patio on South Limestone, until Wahebai was asked to move it to the South Upper Street side in August.
On August 27th, Wahibi received a notice of default from landlord Signet that stated tenant is hereby in default of the lease for its failure to adhere to the signage requirements as specified within Section 19.1 of said lease. Signet and UK have joint ownership over Cornerstone, with Signet having rights to the facilities and UK having rights to the grounds, according to the two memorandums of facilities lease and grounds lease. On Wednesday, September 4th, Wahibi, with help of a forklift, took down the South Upper Street sign to avoid eviction, according to Wahibi. However, UK spokesperson Jay Blanton commented, "We evaluate signage on a case-by-case basis. He is not being evicted and he knows that." Later that week, Wahibi met with Heath Price, the Associate Vice President for Partnerships, and his team to re-propose a late-night sign for the signage committee to review it based on the signage guidelines.
To gather more information on this story, go to kykernel.com. This was Gianna Gallo reporting for the Kentucky Kernel.
Thanks, Gianna. During this semester, there's been a recent surge of crime on UK's campus, with reports of shootings, assaults, and robberies spiking in the past few weeks. Students and faculty are increasingly concerned about their safety as authorities work to address the situation.
Sidewalks are full, buses are packed, all familiar sights and sounds of a school year in full swing. For UK freshman Nicholas Livingston, the school year started off the freshman way.
I got into my dorm, met my roommate.
And after settling in, a night out with friends.
I met up with some friends from my hometown and then just hung out with them, got to go to the dining hall.
That was the first weekend. Fast forward to the next.
Really, I was just hanging out with some people and then I heard some gunshots, so I look out the window and I see this male being dragged across the street, and I was like, oh my God.
Lexington police officers responded to a shooting on South Limestone with 2 male victims just outside of Livingston's new home.
It's like, wow. It was kind of threw me off a little bit.
That all took place on Sunday morning.
But on Tuesday night, UK police were dispatched to this area right outside of Patterson Hall after a UK student was threatened with a gun and robbed.
Tuesday night, UK PD also received report of a sexual assault that took place on campus. In light of these events, a number of students tell me off camera that they are concerned about safety, and some female students even say they're avoiding going out past 7 p.m. I brought all these concerns to UK Police Chief Joe Monroe.
And we sit in the city of Lexington, so a lot of times there are crimes that occur on the peripheral of campus.
Chief Monroe says the start of the school year normally comes with an increased number of incidents.
Well, the beginning of school year is always busy. You have new people coming to campus. You have freshmen that are away from home for the first time, and so that does present some challenges.
Following our interview, the UK Police Department sent an email to the student body saying in part, "We can assure you that we take these concerns very seriously." The email also laid out a number of ways the department plans to address the issues, including an increased police presence on the north side of campus and through placing an outside security team at residence halls. All this while Livingston is adjusting to college life and hoping crime doesn't continue to happen too close to his new home.
It is kind of a nervous situation, especially when it's something that close.
Chief Monroe also asked students to report anything that might seem suspicious and make use of these emergency push-button phones if necessary. For the Kentucky Kernel, I'm Edward Smith.
The new Alumni Commons has officially opened, featuring a state-of-the-art walkway connecting Rose Street to the heart of campus. Marissa Armstrong has more on how this will impact campus life.
Keep building this thing up.
I feel like it was a good investment.
There's probably always another spot that it could be put into.
With mixed student opinions, the Alumni Commons here at the University of Kentucky has been an ongoing project since fall of 2022, costing over $12 million.
I think it's a great place to relax and also study if you want to be outside.
The Alumni Commons area is a focal point on Central Campus. Many students find themselves walking through the Commons to get to class and around the university. It's a lively environment filled with relaxing study spaces and hosts many university-sponsored events.
There's trees and there's swings. And I like the little study areas. I think it's cute.
Since fall of 2022, students have dealt with walking through construction zones as the university worked to build this area up. With university funding, as well as donations from the Alumni Association, This space was finalized in the fall of 2023. However, construction is not over yet. The fountains below one of the Alumni Commons signs have been turned off since the start of the fall semester, with orange cones covering them.
You can never spend too much money on making the campus beautiful and where students want to be.
While many students, like Christopher Adams, appreciate the effort that is being put into the Commons for future generations, others have many concerns with the ongoing construction and cost.
I did see the fountains and stuff being used, and I thought that they looked really cool. I would like to see them again because it's cool. It's better than an orange cone on the ground. So
It's a little bit of an eyesore, but I mean, it happens. Gotta rebuild, gotta do new stuff.
Sometimes it does get in the way when you're trying to walk to class and there's just a construction man and you're like, excuse me, I'm late.
The Alumni Commons have turned into a place where students can gather socially as well as walk to class safely. Reporting for the Kentucky Kernel, I'm Marissa Armstrong.
Thanks, Marissa, for filling us in on Alumni Commons. In mid-September, I met an astonishing man named David Irie, and his story began right here after a tragic baseball accident in high school. Well, I won't spoil the rest of this home run of a story.
David Irie was a senior at East Carter High School playing a game when he slid into home plate and collided headfirst with the catcher. In one moment, Irie's life changed and body went numb. Waking up in the hospital, Irie received the news that he fractured his spinal cord near his neck, and doctors told him he would never walk again.
I really never got back into baseball after my accident because I felt guilty. I thought, how could I be so stupid to slide head first and take out the catcher and break my neck?
Irie was left hopeless and depressed when an angel appeared at his bedside. Former Pittsburgh Pirate All-Star Al Oliver helped reignite a fire in Irie. The David Irie Foundation was created, a nonprofit dedicated to funding spinal cord injuries and educating the youth on how to play safe.
Baseball's a brotherhood.
Michael Shroud and Matthew Abner, owners of Win City Sports Cards, approached Irie and posed the idea of hosting a sports card convention, with all proceeds going directly to his foundation. This would be known as the Diamond Dinner. Held on Saturday, September 7th, the Diamond Dinner sold sports cards, baseballs, and even featured former MLB stars that signed autographs. Shroud made it clear today is all about kindness and giving.
It's just a phenomenal cause. David's remarkable. Matthew and I have known him for a couple of years now, and just the story of his journey and this perseverance from what he has been through and how he has turned this foundation into doing so much for spinal cord research. And just the cool thing is it's about helping out others.
Irie is excited to get his own autographs, especially from his good friend, former Cincinnati Reds all-star pitcher, Jose Rijo. Rijo loves to help out Irie and said it's the least he can do.
The fact that he gave all the time that he got to dedicate it to other people and to his foundation, that's enough for me. I don't need any other motivation. And he's always smiling, always joking around, and I'm about attitude, and he got to go with.
To gather more information on David Irie and the foundation he started, go to kykernel.com. This was Gianna Gallo reporting for the Kentucky Kernel.
Thanks, Gianna, for telling David's hard-hitting story. Every year, UK hosts Family Weekend. It's an opportunity for parents to get an idea of what a day in the life of their wildcat looks like. This weekend is full of family fun events. Let's check out our reporter Drew Machanchuk's story.
With the first month of college over, parents will live their lives as their students this weekend for the University of Kentucky's annual Family Weekend, with events such as a magician, a football game, and a trip to Old Friends Horse Retirement Farm.
On September 21st and 22nd, the University of Kentucky hosted Family Weekend, a weekend of fun and activities at the Gatton Student Center. Parents came to see how the first month of college has treated their Wildcats. Some parents are even surprised with the level of responsibility and how their child has grown since being away from home.
Being able to have him have the independence to set his own schedule, all his classes, getting to where he needs to go on time, getting all his meals, washing all his own clothes, all those things. He did a good bit of that before coming here to University of Kentucky, but it's obviously part of this now, as is making a lot of new friends, and so I think he's really taking charge in doing that.
It's a big change coming to a college with almost 37,000 students, and for some it can be a bit overwhelming, but a comfortable campus can make it a little bit easier. Knowing their student will be in a good environment can also ease the minds of worried parents.
It's beautiful, it feels very safe, it has a very family-like atmosphere, and I really feel that the accommodations that the students have in the dorms really have a positive impact on their overall mental health and just overall well-being in adjusting to college life.
Unfortunately, this weekend won't last forever, but the memories these students and their families made will last them all a lifetime.
It's a little bit hard, but you know, he's taken that step that he needs to, which is a great thing to see, and we'll see him at Thanksgiving, so that's, you know, about 2 months away. And you know, we certainly look forward to that, and we know that he's got a lot of things and initiatives and everything that he's taken on between now and then.
For more information on Family Weekend, visit kykernel.com. This is Drew Matanchuk reporting for the Kentucky Kernel.
Thanks, Drew, for your story. Construction is in full swing around the University of Kentucky's campus, with several buildings undergoing major renovations. One of the most notable closures is Whitehall, the main lecture hall. Reporter Jackson Reddish has more on these projects and how they'll affect campus life.
Construction going on campus is not just all happening in one area. It's happening in almost every area of the campus. Students can see a new project every 5-minute walk in any direction. Projects like Pence Hall and Memorial Coliseum will be finished in 2025. Projects like Whitehall, Scoville Hall, and new dormitory on South Lawn will be finished in 2026. Other projects finished 2027 beyond include the Cancer and Ambulatory Building. If you add up everything, the University of Kentucky spent over $1.4 billion on renovations and constructions going on campus right now. If you have any more questions on the construction matter, go to kykernel.com. I am Jackson Reddish reporting on this.
Despite the aftermath of Hurricane Helene bringing heavy rain and strong winds to the area, the University of Kentucky decided not to cancel classes. While conditions made for a soggy day on campus, officials are monitoring the situation closely. Students are urged to take precautions and stay safe as they navigate the storm's remnants. Reporter Gianna Gallo covers this breaking news story.
As Category 4, Hurricane Helene hits Florida's Big Bend, Georgia, Tennessee, and surrounding states. Heavy rains and high winds strike the University of Kentucky's campus, leaving students walking to class and curious why the university hasn't canceled classes. University of Kentucky police sent an email out last night informing students that they will be monitoring the storm and have safety protocols for students involving emergency reporting, sheltering, and evacuation, stating a wind advisory is in effect from 7 a.m. Friday to 2 a.m. Saturday, and a flood watch is in effect from this evening through Saturday morning. At 2 p.m. today, Helene was centered about 125 miles southeast of Louisville, Kentucky. With umbrellas, pots, and trees fallen down around campus, many students anticipated to receive an email regarding UK canceling classes, but most students didn't, much like junior at UK Emily Galusha.
When I was out in the parking lot at Kroger Field, I was kind of nervous that something might
kind of fly off and hit me, or even driving here, there are a bunch of big branches in the road and stuff, so everybody's soaking wet, and I feel bad for the people that don't have umbrellas.
Amelia Jones, a freshman at DePaul University, came to visit her boyfriend this weekend. Little did she know the weather she would have to encounter.
I walked from his apartment. It was like a 30-minute walk and got absolutely soaked, so that was super annoying.
Jones and her boyfriend found shelter at William T. Young Library, but so did UK student Brian Belton after his 25-minute walk to the library.
It's quite sad outside. It's like I'm walking, it's rainy, shoes getting all wet, it's just like a crazy day today.
Belton thought the university informed students well of the inclement weather. Rains and high winds are predicted to end Saturday night, and the aftermath of Helene is reported to weaken as it moves northbound. Belton reflected on those who were most affected by this hurricane.
I know some people that actually live in Florida, so I'm sending my thoughts and prayers to them.
To get more up-to-date information on the weather, go to kykernel.com. This was Gianna Gallo reporting for the Kentucky Kernel.
Que Bailar brings students together to learn Latin dances and build community. The event celebrates culture and movement and focuses on fostering a sense of unity and joy. More on how this event is creating a positive atmosphere, here's Gabriela Mercedes.
September 15th through October 15th is Hispanic Heritage Month. Many organizations here at the University of Kentucky have put on several different events to celebrate, one of them being Que Bailar, celebrating the many different dancings in the Hispanic culture.
Students were welcomed to another Hispanic Heritage Month event at UK, Que Bailar. Que Hablar, known to be a Spanish-speaking club, invited students to watch tutorials on different types of cultural dances to get an idea of what they would be dancing to. This is just one of the many events several campus organizations have put on, and Que Hablar President Vanessa Diaz believes this event showcases the education of Hispanic culture.
Since it's Hispanic Heritage Month, dancing is a big part of our culture along with the music, so I think that's why it's important for everyone who is of Latin descent, as well as people that are interested in learning about the culture.
Students watched several styles of Hispanic dances and were given facts on each one, including the country it was from and when it originated. Then, it was time to practice. Participants could follow along to the step-by-step tutorials played on the screen, even getting to learn some partner dancing. And the teamwork throughout the event is what Que Hablar Secretary Melissa Galvin says is the main goal.
Honestly, I think it's important just to bring people together, especially from minorities. I don't know, I think just having that environment and having that circle, I think is very important.
This is the 4th event in the 5-event series to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month at UK. And just like the dancing, the excitement for celebrations has not let up just yet. Students continued to practice and go over dance moves before it was time to speed things up. In a matter of minutes, the pace went from slow to fast, and everyone was breaking out into the dances they had learned. And from samba to salsa, there was something special about each person's dance moves.
For more on Que Bailar or Hispanic Heritage Month activities, check out the stories at kykernel.com. This is Gabriela Mercedes reporting for the Kentucky Kernel.
Horse racing fans, local visitors, and alumni are flocking to historic Keeneland for what promises to be an unforgettable season. With thrilling races, tailgating, and vibrant events, the opening weekend is set to showcase the best of Lexington's racing tradition. And with the fall meet in full swing, our reporter Bryce Toll covered Keeneland's opening day.
It's Keeneland's opening day here and the start of their Fall Stars weekend in Lexington, Kentucky. Certainly a special and memorable day for Kentuckians, with most of the focus being on the horses and the races. A special kind of focus is on the people who make up this historical racetrack.
Horse coming in. I'm unique just because I like talking to people. So I stand out here and I'm looking for people who've never been to the track before. So I help them find their bet. I never tell anybody what to bet because then they'll come back and say, hey, I lost all my money. But I help them find their bet, how to understand it, and how to feel comfortable going up to the window and making their bet for the first time. Because for some people, it's a little intimidating.
Let's go! Whether it be betting, horse racing, or indulging in alcoholic beverages, everyone who comes to Keeneland has their thing. But for some people, that thing is simply those around them.
I've never been here without people that I loved.
And so like I feel like if I didn't come here without those people, then it wouldn't be that fun. You know, it's the people that make it. You've got a lot of good characters around here. Everybody's wearing different things. Everybody is from different areas, but like we all share a common ground of this race right here, the great Commonwealth of Kentucky, and like the dirt. Because we're all come from it and we're all going right back to it one day.
With so many things happening all around you at once at Keeneland, the atmosphere of opening day can be a bit of a blur. But for a certain two people, this opening day will definitely be hard to forget.
We're getting married tomorrow at the apiary. We've been together for 3 years, and I'm just so excited. We spent our rehearsal day today at Keeneland, opening day. This has been something that we look forward to every year. Beautiful.
Definitely a memorable and beautiful day here at Keeneland as they wrap up their opening day here in Lexington, Kentucky. As always, reporting for the Kentucky Kernel, I'm Bryce Toll.
A new bus app called Transit is gaining attention for its user-friendly interface and real-time public transportation updates. This app is designed to help commuters navigate city and campus transit systems more efficiently. The app provides real-time bus schedules, route maps, and service alerts, allowing users to track buses, plan trips, and receive notifications about delays or disruptions. Our reporter, Marissa Armstrong, found out more about the new Transit app.
Buses are one of the transportation options here at the University of Kentucky to travel around campus. Within the past few weeks, UK switched their official bus tracking app from Translock to Transit.
The University of Kentucky Transportation Services announced on September 10th that Transit will replace the Translock app as UK's new official bus tracking app. After nearly 1.5 million people used the Translock app last year, students are provided with a free subscription of Royale, a feature of Transit that includes ride sharing, the ability to pin frequent routes, and favorite destinations. Andrew Erickson, the Director of Transportation Services, is a member of the team that switched UK over to the app Transit.
The bus routes are the easiest way for students to move about campus.
Transit classifies individual routes as real-time, scheduled, canceled, or likely canceled.
So it's more reliable. Students can know when they pull up the app that it's tracking the buses accurately.
Some students were pleased with this change because of their dislike to the old app Translock, like UK student Casey Smith.
It would say like the bus was 2 stops ago, but it's actually right here, so it didn't update.
Ashley Rennie, a freshman majoring in biotechnology at UK, likes the bus option to get to their classes or around the city of Lexington due to the accessibility to students.
It's the easiest mode of transportation for like kids who don't have, or like people who don't have like their cars on campus.
In addition to the new bus app, a purple route was also added. It's an expedited shuttle from the College Way East and West lots to Kroger Field, according to James Hutchins, the Associate Director of Transportation.
It's actually pretty reliable. I've used it a few times now. It's on time.
It's amazing, I love it. It's super easy to use.
Transit provides many new features to enhance the transportation experience on and off campus. For more information, check out kykernel.com. I'm Marissa Armstrong, reporting for the Kentucky Kernel.
Thanks, Marissa. Thrift stores have become a popular destination for budget-conscious shoppers and eco-conscious consumers alike, offering a wide range of secondhand items at affordable prices. Our reporter Delaney Wells found 2 local thrift stores around the Lexington area. Let's check it out.
From horses to bourbon to basketball, Lexington is known for its rich history and unique sites.
But it's the antique and vintage stores around the city that are the hidden gem of everything Lexington has to offer.
The Domestic is a booth-operated store filled with unique art and fascinating history from local vendors.
So it's like 50 small businesses all in one. So that's where we get all of our items.
Ariana Bridges has worked at the Domestic for 1.5 years, but has loved thrift stores since she was young. She says there are a few things in particular that make her enjoy her experience working there.
And tell it is just, you come in excited to shop and thrift. You come in with a pleasant experience with your friends looking to enjoy the day.
Isabella Alderondo and Lauren Clay Sampson, students at the University of Kentucky, find time with their school schedules to go to the Domestic.
I love shopping, just period, and then
Something about like it having a little old feel, like it was used. I like that.
Across town, you can find the Domestics sister store and other vendor mall subject matter. Co-owner Samantha Murphy opened the store with her husband in 2018 after working at the Domestic for several years.
That really was a great starting point for us to be able to open our own place.
These owners and employees love vintage stores and say they have a special aspect about them because they are able to reach all age demographics and bring people together.
A lot of people put a lot of love into this place, and I think it really shows. So I'm just grateful to be in this environment.
The vintage shops of Lexington add a unique spark to an already vibrant city. For more information on these stores, go to kykernel.com. This was Delaney Wells reporting for the Kentucky Kernel.
Thanks, Helene, for showing us some thrift stores around Lexington. The University of Kentucky kicked off its 2024-2025 basketball season with a dazzling display at Big Blue Madness, using a cutting-edge LED court to introduce its new men's and women's basketball coaches and teams. Fans filled Rupp Arena as the Wildcats unveiled their dynamic rosters, marking the beginning of what promises to be an exciting chapter for both programs. Sports reporter Lauren Smiley has more on this story.
The University of Kentucky's men and women's basketball teams have undergone some major coaching changes. Regardless, University of Kentucky fans are here to show their support for the new Wildcats with the help of a glass and LED court. Every year, the University of Kentucky men and women's basketball team host their annual Big Blue Madness with the help of the Ronald McDonald House Charities. While it is typically hosted at Memorial Coliseum, this year marks the second year of the event being hosted at Rupp Arena in the heart of Lexington. Big Blue Madness is an opportunity for Kentucky Wildcat fans to get to know the players and coaches for the upcoming season. For Wildcat fan Jamin Johnson, Big Blue Madness is more than just entertainment. It's an opportunity to take a look at the new team.
New coach, new season. Looking forward to the new season, seeing the new players in action. Everything, the lights, the changing of the pictures, everything.
This is Paul Metcalf's third Big Blue Madness. Here's why he keeps coming back.
Openness of all the fans amongst each other. I think we kind of support each other pretty well. We have fun, even in the lows.
For the first time in NCAA history, an ASB glass floor will create the center stage. The glass floor is a sports floor integrating interactive display capabilities, creating visual experiences for players and fans alike. Known for its design, durability, and stunning visual capabilities, the ASB glass floor brings a new level to collegiate sports. The floor is equipped with LED technology beneath the glass. This type of floor marks a significant milestone in the modernization of sports. Kentucky fans are really excited about the upcoming season. For more information on Big Blue Madness, head to kykernel.com. This was Lauren Smiley reporting for the Kentucky Kernel.
Thanks, Lauren, for capturing that glowing story. The Divine Nine Step Show is a celebrated event in Greek life, bringing together members of historically Black fraternities and sororities that make up the Divine Nine of the National Pan-Hellenic Council. This energetic and visually captivating showcase features stepping. The event highlights the rich traditions, unity, and spirit of the Black Greek organizations. Our reporter Piper Renown has more on this high-stepping story.
The National Pan-Hellenic Council, also known as the Divine Nine, was founded on May 10, 1930 on the campus of Howard University and is a coordinating body for 9 historically African American fraternities and sororities. At the University of Kentucky, their NPHC is home to 8 out of those 9 fraternities and sororities. The University of Kentucky's NPHC organizes educational and cultural programs, in addition to community service projects. The annual STEP Show is a way for historically African American Greek letter organizations to celebrate their culture, traditions, and achievements. Each organization creates their own creative routine with unique themes, tricks, and choreography. Edward White, the president of his chapter, explains what the MPHC means to him and how it's impacted his life.
This brotherhood and mentorship. I have family that are all in the same organization as me. Some of them we crossed this chapter, and they were very big mentors, and they helped me kind of guide my way to college and also become the man I am today.
The winners of this year's annual Homecoming STEP Show were Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated and Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And to learn more about the National Pan-Hellenic Council's annual Homecoming STEP Show, go to kykernel.com. This was Piper and O reporting for the Kentucky Kernel.
For all things Kentucky Kernel, be sure to check out our website at kykernel.com.
And follow us on all social media platforms, including X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify. Thanks for tuning in.
See ya.